Oh, hey folks, my name's Lee.
And I'm Elise. Thank you for joining us for Second Saturday Night Live, our 2020 season. We're doing the best we can to go live. If we have any technical difficulties, you can see all of the performances from tonight's event on meadvillecalendar.com, on our Facebook page, and anywhere else?
Probably just ask a friend, ask a neighbor. There's lots of places you can see it. The internet's a vast, wide open space, and there's lots of weird videos out there.
You never know.
Who knows what you might come across.
So, we started tonight's show with a video of our community orchard. Lee, can you tell us about what that is?
Oh boy, I'd love to. So, maybe you're like walking down the street on your way to the high school or the rec one day on North Street, and you're like, oh, what are all these trees doing here? Well, they are actually 20 apple and plum trees that we planted, a group of volunteers planted in 2017, I think, 2018 maybe. Have you ever been there?
I actually have been there. I took my kids, and it's a fantastic place to just run around. The trees are still a few years away from bearing fruit, but I just look forward to a day when you can walk to school and pick an apple on your way.
It's kind of like a long-term investment, right? Like, we'll have a lot of apple trees here pretty soon. We actually got a lot of the trees from a guy called Jack, and this is like his life's work, is like he grows apple trees. He actually grafts them, so he takes like the roots from like old trees that he grew and like puts them on other trees and like makes a Frankenstein tree. And you can see the kind of like scar at the base of all these trees. So we're gonna have like a variety of apples for like cider, eating, whatever else people do with apples. It's just apples all the way down, I guess.
All right, well, I can't wait to eat lots of really, really good apples. So moving on for tonight's show, we have several performers. Michael Prester, who is going to be sharing some of his stories. We have Rhys Campbell of the New Dylans sharing stories and music.
Oh yeah.
And then our main stage event is, oh no, it's mustard gas.
Wait, what? Yeah. No.
Really? Oh no, it's Mustard Gas, a ska band. So we're going to hopefully chat live with their frontman Roman and do some dancing to some really fun music.
Yeah, who knows? The world's our burrito.
Some sponsors. Tonight's show is brought to you by the Meadville Neighborhood Center and Ace Contracting Center.
Mm-hmm.
Normally the show would be live, obviously, and it's wonderful to be able to enjoy community in that way. But since we are all stuck at home or distant from each other, we are trying to do something live, but also consider this evening making a donation to the Meadville Neighborhood Center. Lee will share details of how to do that and why to do that.
Yeah, so, there are two great organizations that the Meadville Neighborhood Center is going to put all of our donations tonight towards. And those are CHAPS and Center for Family Services, who are really like taking care of our most vulnerable citizens during this kind of weirdo time. And so to make that donation, you can go to meadvilleneighborhoodcenter.com, or you can go to... you can mail a check to 847 North Main Street, Suite 201, which is in our description here. And so there's lots of different ways you can donate, and hopefully you will make a donation. Again, that will be sent to CHAPS and Center for Family Services. And if at any point you know someone on Facebook who is not on Facebook who wants to watch the show, they can tune into Cool 101.7, who is also streaming the event tonight.
Yes, and thank you to Michaela for working with us at Cool 101.7 to make this happen. So I think we're going to go ahead and get on with our show. So we are going to share video now from Michael Prester telling stories from his own orchard in Centerville.
apple seed, when buried in the moist earth, bubbles with life and with life force. It resides patiently, calmly, quietly working and waiting in the black solitude. Isolated and alone, the blessed seed is neither afraid nor idle. And though the seed be alone in the suffocating, opaque darkness, it still affirms, confirms, and establishes its connection of darkness to the light. The warmth, heat, and hot fire from the solar rays riding on high solar waves fall low, 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 deep into the ground, penetrating the earth, thus providing greatly what the seed needs to carry on and continue with its birth. Full of power, potent, and potential, a super extra being that which can further bring that into being. So now with earth and sun, light and dark, the cycles of heat and cold, these mighty forces alone do not constitute the development of the great, the life force. But also needed is the universal life agent, which is the blessed water. Together, these potent and, frankly, very much taken for granted forces churn, combine, and activate to create more and more life. Life until all that is stored within the seed matures and flourishes. And when this juggernaut of nature springs forth and increases itself, where does it go? Of course, it goes nowhere but up. Up to the sun, up to the sky, up to the same lucid emptiness that bore it. As the body of the apple seed starts to jut out of the earth, the seed in its inherent wisdom, built into it by and through the power and blessing of the Most High, it decides that it can be so much more than just an apple. It realizes that it can become an entire apple tree. An entire apple tree, and thus being able to bring forth into being many apples and bear much fruit. This is good, and thus it is so. Our friend the apple seed does not take lightly the many gifts and blessings bestowed to it by the great. It very much cherishes and appreciates the clean air needed to maintain the insects and animals who aid in its development. It appreciates and cherishes the water, the earth, the wind, and the sun. None of these agents of nature involved in the growth of the apple seed have any motive to do any harm to the seed, to the earth, or to themselves. It seems to me that the only beings who seem to set out to do harm, mass harm, are us. So sad.
Wow. Wow, thanks, Michael. That was awesome. You know what I really liked about it?
What?
Everything.
You too.
Hey, just in case anything's going weird on your end, just stick around. The sound will come back. It'll all work out perfectly.
Yes. So one of our main organizers of Second Saturday Night Live is George Stiville. He has worked tirelessly to try to make this all come together. George shared something with you.
He did. One of his friends, Chuck, told him that the Johnny Appleseed used to go to Erie to get the waste seeds from the Erie cider mill and planted trees all the way from Erie to Pittsburgh to Ohio. You know, stories.
Who knew?
Yeah, I mean, stories are sometimes true.
The oral tradition is fantastic.
Absolutely.
So with that, we are going to go ahead and transition into our next performer, Rhys Campbell of the New Dillons.
Hi everybody, my name is Rhys Campbell, and I'm here to play a few songs tonight for second Saturday Night Live-ish in these strange times. Coming to you here from my living room, as is the trend these days. First, I'd like to thank George Stabile for asking me to come and play for you tonight, especially on behalf of the Meadville Community Center, which does such great work in our community. I'm in a band called The New Dillons, which you can find at thenewdillons.com if you want to find out more about that. In that band, I'm normally the keyboard player. My songwriting partner and fellow New Dillon in Nashville, Jim Riley, ably handles all the guitar work and now the bass work. Somewhere along the line, I picked up a guitar and I tuned it to open E minor to make it comprehensible to a keyboard player, because that sort of lays it out in a linear fashion like a keyboard. You can just play up and down the neck. So that's the only way I can play a guitar. And my guitar songs reflect that. Tonight I'm going to play you a few of those guitar songs that I wrote on this machine. In about a month, unless popular demand dictates otherwise, I will be back to play some piano songs on an instrument I can actually play. But tonight we'll do a few songs from the New Dillons and a few later songs that I've written. So without further ado, through the magic of video, you won't have to listen to me tune. So I will be right back at you. Okay, we're back and hopefully in tune. So the first song I'm going to play is the first song I ever wrote. It has its origins at the practice pianos at Old Campbell Hall in Charlottesville, Virginia, about 1980. When we started the New Dillons in 1985, it's this first song that I brought in, and Jim helped me fix it up. It started off as kind of a trucker song, but turned later into a story song, as most of mine are. My lyric writing is kind of more journalism than it is poetry, so I'm kind of more news than Dylan, either Thomas or Bobby. So the story of this one is I was coming home from school on a break and on a bus from DC to Pittsburgh, hungover, starting to get the flu. A girl gets on in West Virginia, wants to talk, and I don't want to have much to do with that at the time. Meanwhile, at home, my grandmother was dying, and I was a little bit preoccupied and didn't have time to listen to this girl. So anyway, that's kind of the story of this one, and it's called Doreen. Suddenly, she opened up a life story as the smoke from her lamp left her. She left the usual town for the usual city. The friend who let her down was Lorraine's
kind of woman fades, while a tiring memory rises in her place. Haunted by what should have been, Maureen, you sure could use a friend, but I ain't never be much help today. Simply walked away. The wave that will not break came crashing down again. Shall the living and the dead are here to stay. The reeds let me rest a while. I'm so tired I can't take another mile.
Okay, this next one is called Onion Man, about a very awkward ride to meet the eponymous Onion Man, who was a friend of my friend's who had just spent a very strange and not very fun weekend with me. And we were to meet Onion Man about midway back to her destination, and we could not find him. So it made for a very painful couple of hours in a Waffle House in Western Virginia, which is painful enough to begin with.
Sun station, the love leaked out of you. The next Waffle House, and it happened to me too. The weekend plays on that song from Steely Dan, as we catch a ride back to school with Onion Man. Onion Man, Onion, where are you? Songs, your poetry, becoming someone that I would never see.
This song is about what happens to your town when a big evil industry like fracking moves in the persona of a big evil dude. It's called The Ballad of Sellis Shale. Wiping down some bottles when he busted through the door. Greasy mangy hulking bison hides. I stammered, "Welcome, my friend, what can I do you for?" He said, "You're cheap as well liquor, lots of water on the side. Ain't seen you around these parts before, are you just passing through?" Took a swig and grinned an oily grin. Said I used to see the mountains and the river valley too. Came over the pass but no one else, so I thought I'd be gone. I didn't catch your name, my friend, but you can call me John. He cocked his head and hopped the first tune. My mom, Sellis, you can call me gone. Gotta meet my man down in Susquehanna, and I'll be back real soon. And I'm here to tell the tale. Yeah, I'm here to tell the tale. I'm here to tell the Sellis Shale. And the dragon's dry. Yeah. Wednesday in November, Sellis came to stay for good. But this time he didn't come alone. That geek crew of roustabouts commenced to clear the wood. They filled the holes with drilling poles, soaked them too. Now one long till the Sellis gang would throw their weight around. The more they drank, the more they liked to fight. They left the trail of fractures all around his town. Well, all after long said nothing's wrong, so the shale has got it right. And I'm here to tell the tale. I'm here to tell the tale. Yeah, I'm here to tell the Sellis Shale. Man who drank his dry. Sellis finally pulled up stakes when last he'd had his fill. Rivers dry, our water taps run foul. No Sellis erased the land no more, his legacy lives still. Save your tears, dear neighbor, they're all that's left us now. And I'm here to tell the tale. Yeah, I'm here to tell the tale. Yeah, I'm here to tell the tale of Sellis Shale, the man who drank us dry. I'm here to tell the tale. I'm here to tell the tale. I'm here to tell the tale of Sellis Shale. So I work at Allegheny College, and due to this whole crazy pandemic thing, we've had to quickly pivot into online class delivery. Not exactly what people come to us for or what we want to do, but sort of necessitated by the circumstances. But it used to be their online education was sort of the purview of some, let's say, less than reputable institutions. And one of those bought naming rights to a professional football stadium, even though they did not have a football team. And I thought that was kind of funny. So I wrote this song. Been a long, hot Phoenix summer. The air so dry and gritty, but winds of change were blowing as a sunburned peel. It was the autumn of '06 when we all were young and pretty. The year of Phoenix took the field. Now we didn't have an offense, we didn't have no defense, we didn't have a coach, but we had heart. And we did not take the field in pure classic kind of real sense, but we bought some naming rights, and that's a start. We are the University of Phoenix. We are the University of Phoenix. Got our name up on the stadium. It's a shame that we ain't playing. For now we'll cheer whoever's here and dream a team will one day come online. Ba-ba-ba. That's a trumpet solo. We are the University of Phoenix. We are the University of Phoenix. Got our name up on the stadium. It's a shame that we ain't playing, but for now we'll cheer whoever's here and dream the team will one day come online. Been a year since graduation. Pardon me. Welcome to Walmart. Saturdays are empty. I just wish that we could play. But like the placement office told me, I never give up hoping. And I believe we'll all sit up one day. We are the University of Phoenix. We are the University of Phoenix. Got our name up on the stadium. It's a shame that we ain't playing. Sure, our sheepskins copy paper, but there ain't no field name strayer rising up from your stations. Don't be you of Phoenix Nation. But for now, we'll cheer whoever's here and dream a dream will one day come on. We are. 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 We Thank you for listening, and thank you again to the Community Center, Meadville Community Center, and George and Lee and everybody. See you.
Wow! Wow, what a cool show. Thanks so much, Rhys. That was awesome. We are now checking in with Roman Glass, who is, you know, the front man of Oh No, It's Mustard Gas. And so I just want to hear from Roman. Roman, I'm checking in with you. How's
Can
it
you hear
going?
me?
Oh, I can hear you perfectly. How's it going?
Okay.
You can no longer hear him.
All right, so Roman, where are you calling in from today, Roman?
Right now I'm at my house.
Whoa.
This is my personal home office where I do all my fun, nerdy art stuff.
That's awesome. Do you claim that on your taxes?
No.
Me neither. You know, it's just too complicated. So, Roman, Elise is just standing right here, but, you know, she's just here.
I can't hear anything. You took the microphone to your
I get it.
I'm sorry, I can't hear anything you say.
As long as you can hear me and everyone else can
I
hear
love
what's going
ska and
on.
I love skanking.
Yeah, she wanted you to explain why you guys do ska music. Like, can you just tell us, like, how did you guys fall into ska music?
Well, I've been a ska fanatic for my entire life. Really, you know, it started listening to punk rock and things like that, and then you kind of get into ska music. And I've always been in some type of ska punk band. And I had moved away to North Carolina, and then I came back to Erie a few years ago. And then all my buddies who I used to be in a band with put another ska band together, and are like, "Hey, man, we put another band together. You know, or do you want in?" And I said, "Yeah, totally." So, you know, and we've been kind of going strong for the last 4 or 5 years, so which is super cool. We do a lot of original, more like punk kind of with rock and ska. I like to defy it more like ska rock than punk ska type deal. So if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And you guys have, like, a lot of people in your band, too. Like, is that pretty, like, typical of ska bands? I've seen a couple other ska bands, and it seems like they have a lot of people in their bands, too. Is that pretty typical?
Typically, yeah. I mean, when you think of ska bands, you think of like 6 or more members, where you have the bass, typical, quartet type deal of like, singer, guitar player, bass player, drums, and then you add in a brass, or not brass, but like the horn section. So you have, anything from, your typical trumpet, trombone, and saxophone, and then you possibly have a keyboard player, or multiple of all those. I've seen ska bands that are 20 members, big.
Uh-huh. And so that's pretty cool. Do any of your band members have any like weird quirks about them? Like, are any of them like missing thumbs, or like did you used to date?
No, they're musicians, so they all have weird quirks.
Any particular standouts?
I mean, I can't talk for them. I love each and every single one of them, and I'm just a sixth of the opinion of Oh No, It's Mustard Gas. So
yeah. And how did you guys come
it's not
up with
like
this
it's
name?
my
By the way?
band.
How did you guys come up with this? Yeah.
So our old guitar player, who was one of the original members, it was actually a reference from the David Spade Joe Dirt movie.
Okay, gotcha.
And it was part of the movie, and he's like, it's like, oh no, there's Deadly Mustard Gas, and he's like, oh man, that'd be kind of a cool ska name, or at least a cool band name. Yeah. So, and I kind of just put it there, and we've just stuck with it. Which was like, I like it. At first I was like, oh, okay, but now it's like, yeah, ska band's got to have like a really cool, just weird name that you're embarrassed to tell people about. So.
Yeah, we had a ska band play in Meadville right before the pandemic. It was the last live show that I have seen, and their name was the Sneaky Heat Missiles. So
yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I know, it was awesome. They were so great. They were really cool. So have you guys been able to play anywhere in Erie since kind of all this madness has been happening?
No, we typically the summertime is when we actually get to play out shows. because we have a little bit more time as far as the band goes. Because there's 6 members of the band. We all have jobs, 9 to 5 and stuff like that. So, and a lot of the guys in the wintertime, they plow snow. So there's a lot of times where it's like, we don't have a lot of time to play out in like the fall and the winter time. So we really like summer so we can get out and, play different venues and things like that, and or put shows together. Oh no, it's Mustard Gas actually is part of a summer festival that we put on every single year called Dan Fest. It's actually put on by our drummer. Unfortunately, this year we're not going to be doing it just because of the pandemic and everything like that. So, but it gives us time to figure out what we want to do for next year. So.
It's like a respite for your band, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I'm so pumped that you guys were able to put together like a performance, and it's all original music that's coming up, which is like really crazy cool, and I'm really pumped to hear about it.
We tried to it was like how much time we had. We did it's like 90% original. We threw like 2 or 3 different covers in there, just to kind of space it out a little bit as far as our range, as far as like what we like doing. Because we do definitely have songs that are like, it wasn't going to be, for me, I wasn't comfortable putting it on whatever, what this was going to be, not knowing the audience or anything. Not everyone likes ska punk.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So I'm excited to hear it. So without further ado, Roman, thank you. And oh no, it's Mustard Gas.
Hey, thanks, Lee, and thanks for everyone for putting this on, the neighborhood.
Hey, everybody out there in the internet land. We are Oh No, It's Mustard Gas, and we are here to play some music for you for the second Saturday night down in Meadville. And we want to thank them for asking us out, and we're going to make a video for you guys, do with COVID and everything like that. So we're doing our best. So hope you like our set. All right, guys. Are we ready?
Have a good show, everybody.
Yeah.
Play well.
Let's play something that now, and that's wrong song. Never mind.
But when you're addicted to this one, that's gotta be
fills the ears with dirt because someday soon we'll never speak again. Yeah. This static on my brain, I can't get it out past the ears right from my mouth because someday soon we'll never speak again. This is radio edit. I went to this song, but you'll hear it. Oh, you think about it, we all have to fear it. They tell us what to say, so go. Okay, so we're done with the first part of our little act. We're going to take a couple minutes here to cool off because it's really hot outside. So like I said, this is the interview, first part of the interview section of Oh No, It's Mustard Gas, and we're going to talk to our lead guitarist, Brian. Hey, Brian.
Hello.
And our drummer, Dan. And he's going to use my mic here. But we're going to go with Brian first. Brian, tell the nice people out there on the interweb who you are and what do you do?
My name is Brian. I like playing guitar, but I'm also a fan of music. Not only do I play guitar, but I also like to run sound. I also like to record. I also like to mix. Anything music I like to do. I try to stay away from anything video or any other medium that does not deal with sound specifically. But music is cool because it's a form of expression of your emotions and feelings, and playing guitar is like the way to really get your emotions out. But
Instead of beating people.
exactly.
That's way better than my answer is going to be.
So much better than abuse.
But yeah, that's why I like to play guitar. Just
Brian
like
likes
music.
Brian likes to set the bar pretty high.
Yeah, that was a. Shouldn't have started there.
Can't wait to follow.
Thanks,
him.
Brian.
Yeah.
That
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
Yes, thank you for having us, by the way.
Dan.
Hi. I'm Dan. I cut grass.
Wrong job.
Wrong job. Sorry. I play drums
You play drums.
because I enjoy it.
Cool.
Why do you enjoy it, though?
Because it's fun. I don't know.
Good at it.
And you're good at it. It's fun and you're good at it.
Okay. Thank you. Enjoy.
All right, Dan, everyone.
Yay.
Oh. Okay. So now we're going to get into the second set of our set. Hope you liked our first set. The second set of our set. Hope you liked the first 3 songs. And here's another couple 3 songs.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Lost again, somebody tell me how to get there. Can't take another handshake or another blank stare. Thought I knew what I had to do to get through to you. Guess your head is thicker than I thought.
everybody who's listening. Everybody get up your feet and shout. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Everybody do it again. Go! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Let's run down for your mind on it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We just gone. We never wanted to be anything but friends. Stand up for your right, but take this down and not hide. But we can't do it all, so move your feet. Don't make it walk as you can dance. Won't be no have a chance. No excuse, no more lies. Let's not be before it's time. Go! All it takes is a little spark to light that fire inside your heart. Get on your ass, do one thing. What they think we never wanted to be anything but free. Now stand up for your right, don't take this down and not lie. You can't do it alone, so move your feet. Oh no! Hey, pretty soon you're gonna beat this guy. That's Jared on the bass guitar. It's not too late to make a change. Make a fun life out of what's so lame. All you gotta do is realize you really know nothing gonna beat you live. We never wanted to be anything but friends. Gotta stand up for your right, but take this down and not lie. But we can't do it all, so move your feet. We never wanted to be anything but friends. Stand up for your right, but take this down and not lie. We can't do it all, so move your feet. Oh no! All right. Thank you. Okay, and we're back, and this is the going into the second interview part of Oh No, It's Mustard Gas, and we're going to introduce these two people to my right and left.
Hello.
Hello. So let's start with over here. Who are
Hello.
you?
I'm Alex.
Hi, Alex. What do you do?
I sing sometimes.
Okay,
That's really it.
that's it.
Yep.
Did-
I just hang out.
How did
sing.
you end up in the band?
Well, I married the bass player.
Sadly for her.
Yes. Yeah, it was a choice, but I got to be in the band, so it was worth it.
Perks of marrying a bass player, right?
Yeah.
There was a contract.
Yeah.
It's a loose contract.
Did you know he was a bass player at the time?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose
Was-
a lot of respect for that.
Well,
Yeah, I
it
get too.
happens.
It's
Someone
a-
has to marry the bass player.
Totally worth it, trust me.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, no problem.
And this gentleman over here,
I'm Jared.
Jared. Hi, Jared. What are you doing? Oh no, it's Mustard Gas.
I play bass. Not by choice. Just because.
Just because, right?
Somebody asked me to.
We needed a bass player.
No, I enjoy it.
It was me. I wanted to be in a band.
No, I enjoy playing bass. I mean, I could play guitar, but you know,
Do you
It
prefer
just-
playing bass over guitar?
I'm probably better at playing bass than I am playing guitar at the moment.
Mhm.
But it's not bad.
Cool.
I get to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, kids.
And we use that term very loosely around here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to get into it again. This one goes out to the ladies. she found someone who's gonna hold her hand. She said she found someone who's gonna understand. She don't need nobody to be her man. She don't
Need nobody.
to be her man. She has a girlfriend now. She has a girlfriend now. She has a girlfriend now. She said,
Guys don't do no more for me.
yeah. She said she found someone who's gonna hold her hand. She said she found someone who's gonna understand. She don't need nobody to be her man. She don't
Need nobody.
to be her man. She has a girlfriend now. She has a girlfriend now. She has a girlfriend now. She said,
Guys don't do no more for me.
I can't believe it would end like this. Just because I got no tits, I'll shave my legs and wear a bra. Really tough, I'd be a sophomore. No!
Please do none of those things.
Aw! She has a girlfriend now.
She has a girlfriend
She
now.
has a girlfriend now.
She has a girlfriend now.
She has a girlfriend now.
She has a
She
girlfriend.
has a girlfriend now. Whoa, yeah. That's nice. That's pretty. In the bar downtown, telling old man tales of tales. He screams in the tail, cause the streets are ours, not theirs. He screams, it's on everything. Na 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 na, hey. My leather jacket is zipped up and ready. The boots are on my feet. They keep me steady. I wanna join the gang and sing, yeah. Na 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 na, hey. Bright lights, big city. Bright lights, big city. We walk streets, I walk the street. We walk streets, you walk the street. We walk streets, whoa. Bright lights, big city. Old man said he thinks son is gonna be hard to get older. Give it time, you will see. But now the time has come and gone. Let's go, yeah! Na 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 na, hey! I may be young, but I know nothing. Nothing really matters. Except what's in your heart. No good, no bad, no wrong, no right. Na 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 na, hey! Bright lights, big city. Bright lights, big city. We walk the streets, I walk the street. We walk the streets, you walk the street. We walk the streets, whoa. believing seems so clear. Life is short enough to be told. Another generation that can't be sold. Run on street that no one sees. There's a way life is told. Strike the match, whatever you want. Life is up for sale, by far, so stand aside. Get out of line. Let's go. Go to the show. Let's go. We will never let you down. We're stepping at your mind, not the promise. God's on the table, that's ruin on it. Let's go. Go to the show. Let's go. We will never let you down. The more you think, hey, the more you know. The less you feel, your mind will never know. Let's go. Go to the show. Let's go. We will never let you down. Take my hand, join my life, and through our world we'll stare at hey. Cast aside, sour beer. Watch the show, you're always welcome here. Life is short enough to be told. Another generation that can't be sold. You run that street that no one sees. There's a way to life is told. Strike the match, whatever you want. Life is up for sale, by far, so stand aside and get out of line. Let's go. Go to the show. Let's go. We will never let you down. Alright, you know, with all the confusion and ignorance in the world, the only thing that we're going to be able to get through is we do our things ourselves together as one. Not them, not they, but us together. We're going through a difficult time right now. And the only way we're really going to get through it is by believing in ourselves, helping each other out, believing in our community. And when we all do that, we'll get together, hey, we'll go to a show. Life is a show not to be told. Another generation that can't be sold. You run out see that no one sees. There's a world where nothing's told. Strike the match, whatever you want. Your life is up for sale, by far, so stand aside and get out of line. Let's go. Go to the top. Let's go. We will never let you down. Down. Oh no. Be yourself at the show. Okay. Oh, we're holding on. Okay. Now we're in the last interview section of Oh No, It's Mustard Gas, and we're going to be talking to our rhythm guitar player all the way to my left. His name is Doug. Say hi, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Doug, what do you do in Oh No, It's Mustard Gas?
I play guitar
Nice. Why do you play guitar?
because I have one.
You don't have just one.
That's a good answer.
I've got a lot.
You got a lot of guitars. I like it. I like it. Why Oh No, It's Mustard Gas?
Why not?
There you go. I love that answer.
Do you play in any other bands, Doug?
I don't know.
Wow, okay.
Seriously, that's not a joke. I'm not sure what's up with Duke.
He plays in another band called Duke, get this, and so does Dan.
Yeah, they're really, really good. But they're on hiatus, as I understood. That was the term?
Currently.
Okay.
Temporarily, indefinitely.
Yes,
I think most people are on hiatus right now.
I think so too.
I have
In
one
their
more.
defense.
Except for us essential workers, we
Yeah.
have to keep going.
We're all
I have one
together.
more question for Doug, for
Okay.
the audience, because they want to know. How did you get into guitar? Just a quick question.
I don't know.
What made you want to play guitar?
That's a bad question. I don't know.
I guess that is a bad question because it doesn't know.
Start at your birth and go from there.
Yeah, there you go. What'd you
Stuff
have for-
happened. I got a guitar. Here we are.
Just retrace your steps. What did you have
Yeah.
for breakfast this
I
morning?
traced my steps entirely.
That was way too
Stuff
much
happened.
detail for me.
I
so
got a
I'm sorry I
guitar.
asked.
Now we're here.
I thought Doug just, walked out with a guitar when he was born.
Real nice.
Walked out.
Real nice.
And then since Doug was the firstborn, then Dan walked out with entire kit.
Anyways, we digress, as we tend to do in Oh No, It's Mustard Gas. And then I guess it's my turn?
Yes.
So I'm Roman, and I'm the frontman, lead singer of Oh No, It's Mustard Gas, and I have a blast doing it. I play a bunch of different instruments, but these guys don't let me play in front of people, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm good at this, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with myself, and I'm
Feel your
happy.
pain.
Cool.
Why
So-
did you want to start singing, Roman?
Actually, I
Great
wanted.
question.
When did you get into this, Roman?
I started singing because someone said, "Oh, you won't be able to be a singer."
Oh.
So I said, "Okay."
And who? Where are they? Where are those people at now?
Miss Verdisha.
No. Yes.
Maybe no. Those people, I don't think they're playing music anymore.
Oh, so you showed them.
Like how we are playing music. They know how to play music.
Sorry. Make sure you text them and say, "Hey, tune in to the live stream."
I will do that.
All right.
Okay, so we are getting into the last stretch of our not live, but live-ish video for second Saturday night. And we want to thank everyone who made it possible in inviting us. And
Thank you for inviting us.
yes, the Meadville Neighborhood Center and the the Ace Contour. No, wait, I'm going to screw this up. I don't want to get it right.
Stand by.
The Meadville Neighborhood Center and then the Ace Contractor Center. So thank you guys, and thanks for Second Saturday Night for having us out. And we hope to do this live sometime in the near future after all this craziness. So, okay. Are we ready? I guess so.
Yes.
What are we starting with?
What are you ready?
He's not ready. I'm not. My glasses are fogged up, so I can't see the set list. Hold on.
You'll hear what we're playing.
Okay. Well,
Except he has to start.
at least I start that song.
This whole video is gonna be me like trying to catch mosquitoes. I'm sorry.
I win.
Okay.
Sorry. All right, here we go.
And I swear it's the last time, and I swear it's my last try. And we'll walk in circles around this old block, walking the cracks of the same old sidewalk. And we'll talk about leaving town. Yeah, we'll talk about leaving, and I swear it's the last time, and I swear it's my last try. We're going across that bridge online, while it's dark our way through city lights. Trace all the lines, killing time under those buzzing signs. Downtown to anywhere but here tonight, yeah, and I swear through the rooftop, I just hope that God will never stop.
And I swear it's the last time. And I swear it's my last try. We're walking circles around this whole block, up on the cracks of the same old sidewalk. And we'll talk about leaving town. And we'll talk about leaving. I swear it's the last time. And I swear it's my last try.
We're going across at the dawn light, past those signs and familiar sights. We're moving by, passing time under those lonely signs. 50,000 miles left to go, and lead us somewhere I don't know. It might be the time that we
And I swear it's the last time. And I swear it's my last try. We're walking circles around this whole block, up on the cracks of the same old sidewalk. And we'll talk about leaving town. And we'll talk about leaving. I swear it's the last time. And I swear it's my last
And there's been a few times that we thought it felt right to take the westbound signs and just leave town tonight.
I swear it's the last time. And I swear it's my last try. We're walking circles around this whole block, walk on the cracks of the same old sidewalk. And we'll talk about leaving town. And we'll talk about leaving. I swear it's the last time. And I swear it's my last try.
Well, we'll talk about leaving town. Yeah, we'll talk about leaving Full of pain, cock full of mileage. I'm not sure if you can tell.
Don't like the music.
for 7 years. I blocked you with my bottle just don't try to sin, but that's when you don't know.
I wish that I could do this over.
Wish that you would know.
Get rid of all of my mistakes. I'm wasting time by getting older. Sick losing at this game. Time and time again.
That got to lose no one to me. I surrender to me. I should have known, but that's what you do when you're blown. Assassination got the best of me.
I wish that I could do this over.
Wish that you would know.
Get rid of all of my mistakes. I'm wasting time by getting older. Sick losing at this game. Time and time again.
Time and time again. Time and time again.
Time and time again. So here I am again, wasting all of my time. I'm losing my mind. I'm always by myself, going at it alone. So here I am again, wasting my fucking time. I wish that I could do this over.
Wish that you would
Get rid of all of my mistakes. I'm wasting time by getting older. Sick losing at this game. I wish that I could do this over.
Wish that you would
Get rid of all of my mistakes. I'm wasting time by getting older. Sick losing at this game. Time and time again.
All right, this next song. Oh yeah. All right. Thanks, Brian. Okay, so this is our last song of the night, and again, I want to thank Second Saturday Night for letting us come and record a video for you guys, and hopefully we get to come and play live some night. That would be super awesome because we're always up for playing new places that we've never played before. I think there's fireworks. Yep.
We set these off just for you guys, so
Seriously.
enjoy the sound of them.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
All right. And I believe this song's going to go to
Josh.
Josh and his lovely wife, Sarah.
Yes.
Okay. Again, more than one of those. True story. We the people, now forever. We the people, now it's never. Yeah. We the people, they're gonna do separate. They're gonna say order to penetrate. Just taking lives and criticize. We the people, in order to liberate. Oh, cheers to you and all you do. Thank you so much, everybody. We are Oh No, It's Western Gas. Thanks for letting us play. Hopefully we get to see you sometime. Thank you to Second Saturday Night, the Meadville Neighborhood Center. And yeah, we're Oh No, It's Western Gas.
Whoa!
That
That was
fantastic.
great. That was great.
We are very proud at Second Saturday Night Live at Meadville Neighborhood Center to be able to feature local artists with original music. If you or someone you know fits that description, if you're making original music, we want to help you. Reach out and let us know. We are already planning for next summer's season.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, the next show is August 8th. That's our final show of this season at 9 p.m. And that will feature
Brian Thumler, Rhys Campbell, who you heard tonight, and then our main stage performer is Artificial Consciousness Machine playing cyber slick music.
Now, again, we want to thank the Meadville Neighborhood Center, Ace Contractor Center. We want to thank Cool 101.7, Susie Q, and Michaela, who's DJ right now. We want to thank Meadville Calendar, Jason Sackle, who's standing right there. I can almost touch him. And we want to give a big shout out to George Stabile, who really pulled all this together. And last, we want to encourage people again to donate, if you can, to the Meadville Neighborhood Center, and we will be shifting all of our funds tonight to CHAPS and Center for Family Services. Shout out to Peggy Bell, who already told us that she's donating tonight, which is really awesome.
Thank you, Peggy!
Woo! Peggy! You can donate online, or you can mail a check to 847 North Main Street, Suite 201, Meadville, PA 16335.
I made him say that both times because that's a lot of numbers.
We're going to end tonight with a short kind of story video from Grow Meadville students. And other than that, we'll see you on the town, Meadville.
See you on the town.
Trees, 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 caterpillar, trees, spider, spider, trees, 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 trees.